Welcome to the channel, welcome to the channel, welcome to the channel, welcome to the stream. Bose 831 Gaming is going live. Hello everyone, I hope everyone's having a wonderful evening. And once again, I'm going live on Farming Simulator 22 on Twitch, and I'm on the ELM Creek farm. And we're basically picking up from where we left off on the last stream. On the last stream, we had just finished cultivating in our grape farm, and off camera we did some other field work, and now we're at the point where we need to feed the animals. Well, the first issue we need to address is it looks like we're maxed out on in our production chains, that we're maxed out on our canola oil. Alright, checking out our production chains. Our canola oil production chain, okay, still has canola going, and our manure production chain in the mini BGA has maxed out with digestate, and so we need to do something with this digestate situation. But none of my crops currently need fertilization. They do need weeding, so we're probably going to have to put something down or sell, or either sell or store our excess digestate at the moment. So let's take a look at what our options are as far as the containers are for possibly storing our digestate until we can use it in our crops. Let's see. Do we have a tank that stores digestate? Combine station, silos. I guess we could use a multi-product storing silo of some sort. Now let's see what my options are. Grain silo. Yes, sir. But one thing that I run into is these screens don't per se tell you what kind of products these silos store or don't store from the game menus, so it's kind of hit and miss if you don't know. Alright, the sheds, let's see here. There's silo for bulk, 35,000. A silo for lime, pig food, horse food, chicken food. Okay. 5 million seed tank. Alright, so let's go to the shop menu and see if we can find some tanks. Alright, let's see. What's the largest capacity digestate tank? Alright. That one holds 8,000 liters, but I got over 9,999 liters that I need to store. And right now my problem is I don't know what tanks do and don't store digestate as far as silos are concerned. And I really need to put this digestate in a silo until I can find a different option for it. Alright, that's an extension. Liquid silo. Let's see. Let's go back to the silos here. I'm sure I have a mod or something that I could probably use. Let's see. Let's go to our liquids. Liquid silo. Alright, that one stores 5 million liters and is $5,000. Alright. This may be what we should use for right now. Let's try this one. Okay, get it out far enough. And this is probably just a temporary solution until we can get more permanent placement going. Alright, but we still need to have a tanker to transport. So let's go to the shop and lease a digestate tanker. All right, 55,000. Okay. Let's see this one. 18. Let's see. All right. That one's 189. 32,000. Probably want to grab one that's also utilizes our semi-truck trailer. Yeah. Alright, that one's 30,000 liters. That one's 32,000, 30,000, 34,000. That one's 30,000. And okay, so they're all around the 30,000 capacity point. So with that in mind, we'll just go ahead and lease the TSA 30,000 lease, and we'll hop into our semi. And what we'll do is we'll go grab a few loads of digestate from the mini DGA and transfer that into the digestate tank. Take this bad boy back to our farm and get this transfer process started. I could have probably just as easily put down a sell point and sold the digestate, and I may still end up having to do that because I got a lot of digestate to move, but I also want to keep some on hand because I want to use it with my farms as well as for free fertilization. And I don't know, because I haven't done that much fertilization in my fields with digestate, I'm not sure how much I would need to have on hand for the digestate spreaders, because depending on how far the digestate could go would depend on how much you have and what type of spreaders you're using in the spread rate. But long story short, you're going to need, if you're going to use digestate on your fields, you're going to need a pretty fair amount of digestate stored on your farm or in your BGA or what have you. Alright, so let's go over to the mini BGA and let's grab some digestate. And once we get that filled up, we'll move that over to the storage tank, and hopefully it'll do what I'm expecting it to do, number one. Let's get this bad boy turned around. Alright. And unload our digestate. Alright. And we'll need to make a few more trips. And since our mini BGA was maxed out, and all we really want to do now is just move enough digestate out of the mini BGA so that we can, number one, have room for the mini BGA to start back producing. So that's our first objective, is to shuffle some of the digestate from the mini BGA to the liquid silo. And we're doing it roughly 30,000 liters at a time. So it's going to likely take a few trips to kind of produce the result we want to produce. But thinking out loud, now that after the fact, after I've already leased the trailer, I probably could have grabbed a modded trailer and been see something, and probably move this process along a lot faster. Yes, yeah, because that one holds 50,000, and I think I have one that holds a even larger capacity than that. I think that's the biggest one I have, is the 50,000 one. Alright. But anywho, we've already leased this 30,000 one, so we just kind of work around it for the moment. But just for future reference, could have got at least a tanker with a much larger capacity. Of course, we probably would have also run into the issue of whether or not my semi could pull it. Because with the greater capacity also comes increased weight, and weight is a factor in Farming Simulator 22 that was not a factor in previous versions of the game. Alright. And I'm not going to do this process this entire stream, but I just wanted to give you an idea of what I'm going to do here, and we'll probably circle back and finish moving more of this digestate off camera at a later time, but we do want to get some of it moved now so that we can kind of open up the mini BGA so it can continue to produce. Alright, so let's take a look at it and see where we're at. Alright, so now the manure is not in the red. Note that if we go down to the outgoing products, our digestate is still in the red, and we want to get that in the green. So alright, and manure, we have manure in here. Manure's production chain is going. We're out of silage, we're out of slurry at the moment, but we'll address those two elements in just a bit. Alright, so we'll do a couple of more trips and then move on to something else, but we've got a lot of things that we want to try to get into this evening. One other thing I was looking at in some research I was doing off screen, and also on another map that I play on that is not part of my live stream series, is I've got to spend some time using some other equipment that I don't often use in the game. And one of the pieces of equipment that I ended up using in one of my other playthroughs was the self-propelled TMR mixers. I haven't really played that much with them, the self-propelled TMR mixers, in game until recently, and now that I've had some experience using them, I actually enjoy using those pieces of equipment. So I think what I want to do as well is purchase one for this farm, and utilize that on this farm instead of the tractor pulled one that I have now. So that may be one other thing we'll look at doing on the stream today is if I can empty out the TMR mixer. We're going to go ahead and trade that in, and I'm going to purchase a self-propelled TMR mixer, and we'll utilize that on this farm instead of the current TMR mixer we have. Yeah, and we should be able to do that. Alright. Let's see okay, how much progress we're making here. 881,145 and counting, because we're still producing from the manure side, so that number is going to keep going up. Alright. That's all we're going to do with that for the moment. Now we'll come back to that in just a bit. Since we off camera, I did some other activities in advance to the next day on this farm. Our animals all need care as well, so we can go ahead and get into that. Let's start with the cows and the pigs. Okay. First, let's go drop some pig food off for our pigs. Okay. And I think I already kind of discussed this during the last stream, and if not, I'll cover it now. But in my research, I found that the best system for the pigs is to kind of, so that you're not spending more on feed, because once the pigs get to a certain age, they tend to eat more than they bring in, And in my research and the information, I found the best time frame around which you want to sell your pigs so that you're still maximizing your profit is around 10 months. So once my pigs are 10 months old, I'm going to go ahead and sell them. So I just want to take a quick look here, and let's go to our animals and our pigs and see what we're looking at. We only have 4 months and 8 months old, so we're good there right now. And once my pigs get to 10 months, any pigs 10 months or greater, we'll go ahead and rotate those out and sell those. Now let's get the straw blower. Cows are taken care of, they have enough straw. And we're going to do the same thing for the pigs. Alright. Alright, and that's all we need to do with the straw blower at the moment. So, we can park that. And move on to the next piece of equipment, and that being our TMR mixer. And as I was saying earlier, on my other playthroughs that I have on some other maps that I've been doing off camera, I've used some other different equipment, different than I'm using on this playthrough, and I've had the chance to kind of do some things with the cows and the separate TMR mixers, and I actually kind of like them. I never really used them that often since I've been playing Farming Simulator, and I started on Farming Simulator 17. But I've still only been playing a couple of years because I started on 17. Basically, I kind of discovered Farming Simulator during a Xbox Game Pass sale, and 17 was actually on a free play weekend, and I downloaded the game, played it, loved it right away. Then I went ahead and purchased the game on that weekend because typically how Xbox does the free play weekends, when games are discounted on the free play weekend, when games are featured on the free play weekend, they're usually discounted on or about that same weekend. So I went ahead and purchased the game. And then shortly after that, as I started getting into it a little bit more, I found out that 17 wasn't the latest version of it, and 19 had already been out, but it hadn't been out that long. And so shortly after that, I was like, okay, I love 17, but I want to get the best experience, so I need to get the latest version of it. So I ended up purchasing Farming Simulator 19, and the rest is history. Been loving it ever since. Alright, like I was saying earlier, right now I think we want to go ahead and purchase a self-propelled TMR mixer and trade this guy in, or sell this guy and just go get a self-propelled mixer. So I'm going to take this one to the shop because you're going to one other thing with Farming Simulator that some of you players that are new to the game may not know is that I could sell this piece piece of equipment from the shop menu in game by just flipping right to it, but I won't get the best sale price when I sell this back to the shop. In order to get the best sale price, you actually have to take your equipment to the store, and that will give you the best price. Because if we pull it up now, and let me show you, if I go to my own items and under animals, and I say sell, it gives me, right now it's giving me 33,356. Now let's see what happens when we go to, if I take it to the shop. If that price remains the same or if it changes. So we're going to take this TMR mixer to the shop. Let me turn my beacons on. And notice that the signs in the game, some of the signs appear to be dynamic, because that sign used to say something different, and now it says something different from what it typically says. So Giants, I guess, has been testing having some dynamic signs. I read online about how some people even indicated that Giants Farming Simulator actually has actual advertisements in the game on some of the maps that are built into the game. I haven't seen it myself, but based on what this sign is displaying right now and what it used to display, and even this sign, these signs are now say different things from what they used to say when at different times I played this game. So those signs can change. So I haven't experienced any advertisement in the game yet on my version or any of my playthroughs, but I can see the capacity here because this sign actually says something in Giant Software jobs. So it's actually already our advertisement when you think about it, because this is an advertisement for applying for jobs at Giant Software, giantsoftware.com/jobs. Grow together, harvest together. So I guess ads are in the game. So it remains to see how Giants would actually utilize that functionality in the future. Just something to keep an eye on. Okay, but I'm getting a little sidetracked there. Okay, so we brought the TMR mixer to the shop, and let's see if that price that we saw earlier changed. Yes, it did. See, from when we're at the shop, if we sell our equipment back at the shop, the value is now $36,689 versus selling it from the sale menu in the game with $33,354. So you make a little bit of extra money by selling equipment back at the actual shop or dealer on the map. So we're going to repair, and that actually bumps the price up a little bit more, up to $36,709. We could repaint it, and that would add to the value as well. But repainting equipment can be very costly. We're just going to go ahead and sell it back now. And now we want to go in the shop and purchase a self-propelled TMR mixer. So I'm going to go under vehicles, animals, and these are my options. These are your base game equipment, plus I have one mod installed. This is CeeLo King Prestige 22 M3 mod, and that one has a max capacity of 22 meters squared, or 22,000 liters basically. Let's see what else my other options are here. This one, 26,000 liters, this one's, what's the capacity? 250 CBG, 25,000 liters. That one, that CeeLO King is 22,000 liters. And the Strawman is 17,000 liters, 158,000. And do I want to stay on theme with what I previously purchased and go with the 240,000? That's 26,000 versus 25,000 for 240 versus 232, 250. The Coon has more horsepower, which is interesting. 230, 24 miles an hour, 24, 17 tons. So 232, 240, 25 versus 1,000 liters. So 1,000 liters more costs you almost $7,000 more. Interesting. 25 meters, 22, 150. Wait a minute, this is, the mod gives me 22,000 liters for 150 versus 200,000. So 17. Okay. So it's a few liters, 1,000 liters less, but the price more than makes up for it. So we're gonna go with the CeeLO King Terra Prestige mod that I have installed with beacon. We'll set up standard wide tires are your options, and for rim color, whatever. Okay, wide tires. No, we don't want wide tires. But options for rim colors, we'll leave that standard for now. That's not a big deal. License plate. Let's okay, license plate. Type 2, type 1, type 2, and let's customize our license plate. And 831. I don't know which number of vehicle is on the farm particular, so we'll just go the number 4. Back only. Main color is blue is fine, and hit OK. And let's go ahead and buy it. All right. Excuse me. All right, so we purchased the CeeLO King Terra Prestige, and we're going to take it back to the farm, and then we're going to finish mixing our TMR and feeding the cows. And then we'll move on to some other activities. And one of the things I indicated that I also hopefully will have time to do tonight is also go ahead and put down a horse stable and get to adding horses to the animals that I have on my farm and my own land as well. So hopefully we'll have time to do that tonight, but we shall see, because I still want to make sure I get all of my field work and everything else out of the way first before we get into placing down our horses. Because the horses, while it is technically part of farming, in my humble opinion, it also is something that takes you away from a lot of your primary farm work activities, although you still have to do regular farm work in order to create straw and grain feed for the horses. Alright, and we're almost to the cow barn. So, next on the agenda is getting our cows TMR mix. So we want to start with some straw. So let's go grab some straw. Unfold this wagon. Things I like about the TMR separate buildings is that you can just drive right up to the bill and kind of suck it up using the front end of the machinery. I don't know what you would actually call this piece, but you can drive right up and basically right up close to the bale, and it'll start grinding the bale up, and just put it right in the mixer. Alright, so we got one part. One part straw, and now we want to do one part silage. Silage, and you can see the progress as the mix is coming along. Alright, we're still got a bit too much straw in the mix, but I wanted to mix as cheap as possible, so I want to try to focus on having more hay and straw before we use silage, because silage is the most expensive portion of the mix. Alright, so now we need to add a little more silage. Go up to the silage bill. Once you're close enough, it'll start sucking right on in. Alright, there we go. Now we can tell by the color of the mix in the wagon that we have silage. Excuse me, TMR. And it's at the proper mixing ratio now. And you can also see over the indicator at the bottom right of the screen when it's we're at 87%, and we also see the proper correct icon for proper TMR mix. So now I'm going to kind of see if I can balance it out with a little more hay and silage, and just kind of tweak it to get close to where I want the mix to be. I'm not putting this back in the red. looks like they're all, yeah, okay. They're all maxed out, so cows are good. So that worked out pretty well. I can turn the mixing wagon off. Alright. Now my impeccable driving skill comes into play as we try to get this bad boy parked. You can do it. You can do it. Alright. Alright, that's parked. Now let's take a look at our animals and see what else we have on the agenda. The sheep are good. Cows are good. Pigs are good. Chickens are not. So we're gonna go address the chickens. First of all, let's bring our John Deere 6250 back to the farm. It's kind of just hanging out there in the shop. And like I say, I've been playing on some other maps and doing some other different things on different maps off the screen as I try to test out some of the other different game functionalities, especially since the precision farming update. And it's been a work in progress, just like my live streams, and we've been kind of learning as we go. And yeah, I'd like to say again, even though we're kind of getting to the point where we have a few streams in, I've only been doing this for a couple of months officially, so just bear with me while I kind of get a feel for how we want to do things and what style I want to have on my lives, and also actually what kind of content I want to have on my channel. Some of that's going to be governed by the feedback I get from you the people, and I definitely appreciate all comments, criticisms, suggestions, or whatever you may have, and I will make adjustments to what I have created accordingly based on the feedback that I receive. With that being said, this is what we have a current plan now, is to keep doing this this series on ELM Creek until I reach a certain point where I either feel that I've done all I want to do on this map, or a point where we're kind of technically finished per se. Haven't got there yet because there's still a lot of things I can do on this map before we run out of options. And but if we do get to that point, then I will let the community know, okay, I'm thinking about moving on to this map or that map, and then we can discuss how we'll go about doing that move and what map we'll go to, and that entire process when that time comes. But I let the community know via my Twitter or my other social media what I'm thinking about doing, and run my ideas across the community before I move forward. Alright, so we need to adjust the chickens, so let's grab our pickup truck, and I think I also discussed that I've done some research off camera when it comes to our chickens and the chicken feed situation. And based on my research, it was basically discovered that the most efficient economical feeds for chickens would be the use of significant damage in the chicken's diet. I guess we can use a little 126 liters furnace. But as soon as I get enough barley going and get a barley crop going, I'm going to use the barley for the most part for chicken feed, and then we will sell some for profit, but for the most part, okay, why are we not getting this triggered? We'll use barley for chicken feed and then our other grain crops for sales, and barley. And of course we'll sell all of our excess crop, including barley, for profit. Oops. Let me just chicken steak. Oh, I don't remember my brain. Sometimes when I'm talking I get easily distracted. Don't remember. Now, do we have enough? Still may need to go buy some chicken. We have enough. We have 2,000 liters of wheat. Is that enough to keep the chickens fed for now? Let's see. Okay, that's enough to feed them now. Good stuff. Alright. Alright, so next up, real quickly, we need to take a look at our production chains. Like I say, I'll continue working on the BGA situation off camera. Greenhouses, we could use a touch up on the water with all of our greenhouses. And actually, so let's go address that. And then back, what else? Seeds, manure, they're okay there. Now there's nothing much. I could, kind of back into the pit. Well, I could top them off. Wouldn't hurt to go ahead and top them off, I guess. It all depends. Alright. So let's go grab the water. Tanker. And grab water. Just real quick, also kind of walking it back to the issue that we had at the end of my last stream with the trailer version of this tanker. I still don't know per se if that issue has been reported to 82 Studios or is aware of it, but I will look into that and send a message via social media so that somebody can possibly look at that issue and possibly get a fix for it. But it's just a really weird issue because the trailer worked fine at the bakery, but for some reason the trigger wasn't being picked up at the dairy, and I still don't quite understand that part of it, why it would work at one place and not the other. But sometimes with these games you can have weird bugs like that. And that one's a really weird one. And I did some testing off camera with this version of the tanker, and this version of the tanker works fine and doesn't exhibit that issue. It's just an issue with that particular trailer version of the tanker. However, when I tried to perform the same activity with this trailer, this version of the trailer attached to the TLX, it works fine at both spots. Just something weird about that particular trailer version of this tanker. and see how we're doing on water levels. Okay, 1996, 7, 98, 99, 20,000, 94, 95, 96, 97. All right, 20,000. So water's good. Drop that trailer back off. And go back to a regular dump trailer. Grab some seeds. And like 5,000 liters of seeds. Let's see if that's enough to top off my greenhouses. And again, if you're just tuning in, I have the modded greenhouses and not the standard in-game greenhouses. The modded ones accept additional inputs, and as a result have increased outputs. And additional inputs are fertilizer or manure, as well as seeds. And in turn, you get increased output versus the output that the standard in-game greenhouses create. Alright, let's see how we're looking now with the seeds. 31.49, 49, 49, and just kind of scroll on down. Okay, no gaps. And with the modded greenhouses, you can either set them up to use either or manure or solid fertilizer. Right now, I have all my greenhouses set up to utilize manure because I can get that pretty much free from my animals. And let's go grab a load of manure. And manure is also used in my mini VGA, so it serves a dual purpose on this farm. Let's head on over to a big barn and a cow barn location and grab us some manure. And I don't know how much we need, so we're just going to cool 28,000 just to be good. In case you're wondering, yeah, I had the TLX set up with the Unreal capacity, which is a max capacity of 82,000 liters. And that's also an air for the kind of speed some elements of stream along more than an ultra realism play per se. But for your realism guys out there, please don't bust an artery. This is just how I choose to play, and part of it is just so we can progress quickly for certain elements on my live streams. we were playing realism, what we're doing now would be accomplished in a number of trips. Basically, we're adding manure to the modded greenhouses. And once we do that, our greenhouses should be good to go. And let's once again, take a peek. Let's see. There's always one or two that want to be a little bit difficult. And as you can see, we got one on the end. That just shows 3040. Not quite topped off, but close enough. I'm happy with that. So now we can go back and drop off our remaining, excuse me, manure. And we're going to take a shortcut back to our cows and pigs location. And just as we're driving by our cornfield here, looks like our corn is coming along, but we also see we have some wheat growth, and that's something we definitely want to address here in just a moment. First thing first, let's drop off the extra manure we have in the mini BGA. And let's take a look at our mini BGA and see what we have going. Alright. And we had the manure turned on. The manure production chain activated or turned on, and we had 88,811 liters of manure. So, and that's producing digestate, so we're good there. We're not running silage or slurry right at the moment. Let's take a look at our cows and our pigs to see if they have enough slurry that we can kind of throw some slurry in there. 37,847. Excuse me. Slurry is 31,000. And the pigs have 81,000. So the pigs are in the yellow. Cows are in the green. No. I guess we could move some slurry and just be making money off of it. What the heck? So let's grab the semi. Pipe and grab some slurry. See what kind of damage that does in the mini VGA. And we can turn that on and have that producing digestate as well. The main problem that I have on this farm now is I have more digestate than I know what to do with. So we're going to have to figure out a way to either turn that into profits for our farm, or use it for fertilization on my fields when that time comes up. Alright, so let's go back to a projection, change menu, We have slurry, 30,000 liters, so we can turn that on. And since we're doing it just for fun and kicks, let's go ahead and grab the slurry from the pigs as well. And we'll drop this off in the mini BGA as well. That's another 30,000 liters. So between the two, we might be able to fill out a mini BGA with its capacity with slurry. Let's see. See how we're doing, slurry. Alright, 48,000, 53,000. Alright, getting close, 58,000. 59,606. Not bad at all. So I'm gonna guess the max capacity of the BGA as far as slurry is concerned is about 70,000. Do another 10,000. I don't want to get stuck in a situation where we have slurry stuck in a trailer and I don't have a means to get rid of it. Oh, I could plop down a sell anywhere sell phone real quick. We'll get rid of it that way. Okay, let's see. Maybe that's what I do. Yeah. We'll go ahead and do that. It's a little cheaty, but we want to keep things moving. Yep, we'll go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and grab the remainder of the slurry that's in here for the pigs. Still more than 30,000 in there. So we may not get it all, but we'll get enough to fill our mini BGA to its max capacity. And then we sell the rest. So the max that the mini BGA will hold is 75,000 liters of slurry. Okay. And now what we'll do is production, selling points, and what we're looking for is the sell everything mod, and we'll quickly just drop down a sell everything sell point real quick. Oops. And we'll just sell the rest of this. And I could easily have also been in that silo. We'll just go ahead and sell it. scoreboard. Thank you, Precision Farming. And speaking of precision farming, still kind of have a mixed opinion on it. I like it. It definitely had some interesting new gameplay play elements. And like I said, I have been playing on some other maps off stream, doing some different things with precision farming, and results are kind of all over the place. I definitely like that it adds some extra elements to the game. There's some elements of it I really enjoy, and some I have a mixed opinion on. But overall, it's pretty good what it brings to the game. Although I'm still trying to figure out the rocket science of the environmental score, I'm starting to believe that there may be some bugs or some cheats or some tricks to it, but I haven't got them all figured out. I've been kind of doing some research and trying to watch some other YouTubers and live streamers, and I'm still learning, and I'm also in my own experience, again in this stream and off screen. Alright, so we're done with that. So the next thing we want to do, I think, is let's first of all quickly address the weed situation with my corn. And this is a great time for me to have an opportunity to use some new equipment as part of the precision farming pack. So let's go to the shop, and we want to go to our sprayers. And these are all your standard game sprayers. They are not optimized for precision farming yet. Now, this is the John Deere R732i power spray that has the See and Spray technology, and this was part of the precision farming game update. This sprayer has the ability to spray in spots only where weeds are visible in the field, and it won't waste your herbicide spraying the entire field. It will only spray in the spots where weeds actually are. And we can use this sprayer. Giants also updated a few of the modded DLC from Farming Simulator 19 that they provided as DLC for Farming Simulator 20. And they updated these two modded DLCs recently to also have that See and Spray functionality. And these are the Converlin Ixter B18 sprayer and the Converlin Xtract T4, and these and in the interest of saving a little bit of money right now, I'm gonna lease this guy 20. Let's get the max working with 28, I think is it looks to be. Going weed spot spraying on, and we want to lease that guy. And I don't think we have any herbicide right now on my farm, so I also want to go back in the shop, and we want to buy some herbicide. And let's see, a pallet of herbicide. And is that the only size pallet we can? Alright, yeah. many smaller herbicide pallets that we have access to, do we? Let's see, 32,000, that's standard. 24,000, how many liters? 2,000 liters. Alright, so we'll just buy a pallet of herbicide, 2,000 liters, fine. And that'll be at the shop. And grab one of my tractors. Let's do this. Let's grab my Cormac, because that's typically the tractor I like to use for field work. Make sure that I have, this one has it's equipped with narrow tires too before I even go that far, because the last thing I want to do, since I'm playing with crop destruction turned on, is wreck my crops while I'm coming out here to spray them. So repair, customize. Yes, okay, so it's equipped with the narrow tires. Alright. Now how did I get down here? It's just something, I guess we can discuss it real quick because we kind of just popped it up in the menu. I just skipped over it. Go back to the customize. One other thing that the precision farming DLC added to the game, you can, for at least for the base game tractors, you have the option now to have the Isaria Pro Compact added to your tractors. And let's see what it says. The Isaria Pro Compact detects the real nitrogen demand of your crops. While driving the sensor over your field, you get more precise information of the nitrogen that is required. With this information, the fertilization will be more accurate and results in a higher yield. Compared to the Isaria Pro Active, this sensor can only be used at daytime. Alright, so theoretically, you could spend I could spend another $14,000.950 and get more accurate nitrogen data as it relates to my fields when using this particular tractor or any tractor's equipment. That this piece of equipment, it's additional 14 grand. Not gonna buy it now because I still need to read up on that a little bit more to find out how much of a benefit that equipment provides to our precision farming experience, and i.e. whether or not it's actually worth it. But then on second thought, what the heck? We're all in on precision farming, so let's just go ahead and add it to the tractor. Well, alright. Now, as it stands right now, this is only additional functionality is only on base game tractors and not on any modded tractors that I'm currently aware of. Alright. Now that I've been distracted again and went off on a little bit of tangent, let's go grab the weed sprayer and then go check out this whole spot spraying situation on my cornfield. So we gotta go to the shop real quick. The sprayer that released. Okay, and kind of digressing back to conversation we were having earlier, the signs on your base game maps do appear to be dynamic. And again, because I'm an American player, and I don't know if that has something to do with what I see versus what some of the other players around the world may be seeing as far as the signs in game are concerned. So your experience may be something entirely different. But based on that, I can see that Giants does have the ability to customize those signs, and they could actually put advertisements in the game. Like this sign right here currently says support your local farmers, but I bet you that sign is also dynamic and can be changed, because these other signs up here, I think they both used to say the same thing, but now they're saying something different. It's saying something different. Okay, yeah, because that sign right there changed too. Because it now says this will drive you crazy, which it wasn't displaying on an earlier playthrough. So the signs are dynamic. That's a rather interesting thing. I don't think many people in the community have, at least from what I've seen online, have just talked that much about it. Even some of the larger farming simulator YouTubers such as DJ Goham and Mr. Sealy P and Clutch Simulations and some of the other big guys. Alright. Here on the grass field, strangely enough, it's not showing that it has any weeds, so we don't have to worry about weeds on that one right now. And none of my other fields have weeds, just this. So I'm gonna get it lined up, go a sprayer, turn on the sprayer. And away we go. Let's check it out and see what it does. Yep. And it is only spraying weed in the spots where weeds appear on the field. That's very cool. I actually like that. And so I'm not going to use that much herbicide and weeding this field, as I did, or as you will do, without precision farming installed. That's actually kind of cool. And as you can see, it's only, the nozzles only actuate in spots where the sprayer senses the weeds. So you're not wasting any excess product. Alright. Get the sprayer lined up properly here. And it's going to take us probably about 3 passes to get the entire field, it looks like. Great. But the sprayer is firing away. They're doing an excellent job getting as many of the weeds as we can. wrap it up with one more pass, theoretically. But it's going to be close. We're going to get it right on that edge. This might be time to hire a worker because I can't keep it straight. Once again, my driving skills jump into play. So let the worker finish this last pass because he can keep it in a more straighter line than I can. Now we eliminated him because he cut off before we got to the edge of the field. Lift the sprayer, fold it up. And I think that was the only field we had that had a weed situation. I think all the others. Yeah. I think that was the only one. So we can take this tractor back to the main farm, and I'm going to drop off because we barely used any herbicide. Excuse me. Used very little herbicide at all. So what we have left over, I'm going to drop that off. Right here. Yeah, I know I should be using my pallet forks, but we can kind of manage this without having to pick up pallet forks for the moment. Actually line that up right by the actual racks that are graphically represented on the farm. And since we're done with the weed sprayer, I think we can go ahead and turn it back in. I don't think we need it anymore today, so I'm going to go ahead and turn that back in. And excuse me. We'll go ahead and park the McCormick. Yep. Actually, let's top off her fuel as well. That. we're on day one in May, so I don't think we've checked to see what the prices are for products in May. So let's go take a peek at a prices chart and see what's up for May. Sugarcane is up, or is that seeds? But we're not selling seeds because we use those in our greenhouses, and we don't have a seeds production chain, so nothing there. Wood, we don't have any wood production. Alright. Fabric, but we don't have any for fabric production chains. That's probably something we need to get into, because also in my offline research I've run across information that indicates that clothes production is one of the more profitable production chains in the game, if not the most profitable production chain. So at some point I may want to get into the fabric business. Right now I'm just in the business of producing wool and selling it, but may want to change that tune at some point. Chocolate is in May, is good to sell in May. I do have a chocolate production chain, so let's go. But I think I may have already sold that off camera. I don't recall. Oh yeah, that was last stream. Yes. No. Yes, because chocolate is at the dairy. All right, come on. Dairy. Because that's when we ran into the issue with the tanker trailer. Yes. So we've already sold all our cheese and chocolate from the dairy production chain. Alright, so nothing there. So the next thing we want to take a look at, we have time, let's go to field 40. And take another look at getting in the horse business. Now that we have some time on our hands. Okay. Now my original thought process was to utilize this space, which is part of field 40, or at least the area, but I do also need to be mindful of where that boundary for field 40 ends. And it looks like it lines up with the road here, so let me see. So just kind of eyeballing it. Not that road, it would be this road, correct? Or is it? Nope. It would be this road. So with that in mind, let's see. Go back to that view. choices. And these are my options for the cow barns, horse barns. I mean, excuse me, I gotta say cow. The horse barns. And do we go big or do we go small? Right now, I think we want to go small until we get a handle on how things work. Let's see. And I don't want to place this down, but I don't want it doing some weird floating in the air thing. It looks like it's floating right now. I can't quite tell. But let's see. Hopefully, once we place it, the landscaping will kind of take care of itself. But it's making a lot of assumptions. Alright, let's do it about right there. Let's do some landscaping and kind of dress it up. We want to go to painting, dirt, asphalt. Let's see. Asphalt, or is that dirt? So that's dirt. Cursor shape. Let's see here. Change cursor size. And let's just kind of paint this bad boy in a little bit here. Change cursor shape. Let's see. Change cursor shape. Don't like that size. Reduce size and here we go. Okay, alright, okay. Alright, so this is the horse barn. Looks like we got some landscaping issues that we need to address here as well, because this is not smooth. So let's go ahead and address that. Change brush strength, because I see some bumpiness already that's going to kind of bug me. Looks like the game will let me smooth it out. So that's already going to be an issue for me. Yeah, but you're doing forward driving right here. Don't like that. Smooth it out a little bit more. Shall try again. Landscaping. Soften. And can we get this whole area kind of smooth it out a little bit. Change brush strength. Maybe I'll be better served if we do it this way. Nope, that looks like it made it worse. And it killed the grass. Plants grass. I didn't want to kill the grass. Alright, moving right along. Excuse me. Okay. Yeah, that's horrible. You got this whole big old bump right here. It serves no purpose, but I can't smooth it out for whatever logical reason right at the moment. All of that's alright, that's gonna bug me a bit. Let's see if there's anything we can do with that. Come on, get me out of here, buddy. Numbers are changing, but is anything changing visually? That will have an impact on that big bump right there. Doesn't appear to be. Or any of these other bumps here. Inexplicably, no. And that's ridiculous. Okay, I don't like that. I really don't like that. And it's not letting me fix it right now. Devil does nothing. Gonna make it worse. Okay. Unfortunate that you run into these issues with the landscaping tool from time to time. And what's weird is this wasn't here at first, and then it just appeared, and now I can't undo it. Because this land was not that bumpy at first. Now, don't want to lose that much money in trying to move this thing around, because that issue is going to bug the heck out of me. And I want this thing to be better looking than what we got going here now. All right. That's something I get into off camera, because we don't want to get sidetracked again. All right, we got the horse barn down. I'm not happy with this right here, but we're going to keep it moving. All right, so let's go game horse dialogue. And I don't want to overextend myself with the horses. Let's see. So let's start with let's start with very small. Let's do 3. No, just do 2 for right now. No, actually we'll do 4. Let's do half capacity. And let's do 2. And there are a couple of different ways you can buy horses. You can actually go to buy them from the animal dealer on the map. Let's see, let me show you the animal dealer real quick. That's the animal dealer is here. And you would have to go to the animal transport, and you have two options. Base game for transporting your horses. You have this Big Master Western WCF, which carries 2 horses, I think. Yeah, 2 horses. The Kingston Belvedere also carries 2 horses. And let's see, what else do we have here? Let's see, do I have any mods that carry horses? I do not. Well, wait a minute, that one. Okay, yeah, these Punch, and hopefully I don't know how badly I'm messing that up. These Punch trailers also carry horses. The BHX 902 carries 9, and the BSX 11503 carries 12. And those are modded trailers that I have installed. Right now, but again, in the interest of time, I didn't go through the whole process of transporting the horses, releasing the trailers, transporting the horses, and bringing them out to the barn. Alright, again, since we got this crazy bumpy stuff going on over here that I can't explain or resolve or fix or anything, I'm probably not going to be driving out this part of the horse barn much. Okay, and the horses need, let's go to the animal menu and see what the horses' needs are. Horses basically need food, the base food, and hay and straw. And horses are sold for profit. Horses like hay, oat, and sorghum. Additionally, they require water. They need to be ridden daily to increase their value. Animals that are healthy and older than 22 months can reproduce, and that's kind of what we want to do. That's why I just started out with the 4, and any other horses that we have will um, raise them organically and not buy them outright. We'll actually raise them in our horse stable. So the next couple of things we need to get is we need to get them some feed. Water is, I think, built into this particular building that we have, so we won't have to give them water because the building provides water to them automatically. So we just need to, at this point, get them straw and get them feed. All right, so grab the TLX. Some oat in our main farm silo, so we're just going to grab a small amount of oat. There's actually more than I wanted to grab. Should be enough to kind of get an idea of what the horse feed situation would look like. Alright, let's drop some oat in there. Okay, and it actually took more oat than I expected. The food mix also requires some hay and some straw. Which we also have here. Typically I would use a straw blower, drag it over to the horse barn and blow some straw, but in the interest of time right now, as we're getting close to the end of the stream, I'm going to go ahead and just buy it. Well, actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to just blow up the straw. And the TLX for the hay was 40%. So we will buy the hay, even though we have a hay over there. I'm going to start filling. Let's see how far 12,000 liters of hay will go. Since that was like 40% of the food ratio, although I'll probably just max out the food and not even worry about the hay. Just do the oat or the sorghum and just call it a day. Because the feed mix doesn't need to be that precise for your animals, as long as you got one of the main food sources, they're okay, typically. actually topped off the food need. So now we need the straw, and hop on over to John Deere. Grab our straw blower and get some straw over to our horses. And then they should have everything they need to meet their base needs. And the only other thing we need to do is make sure that we ride them once a day and clean them once a day. And as long as we do those things, the horses shall gradually increase in value. And at that point, you can either keep them for raising additional horses or sell them for profit. Uh-oh, we have a technical difficulty here. This tractor won't fit in this barn. Did not see that one coming. So I may not even be able to get this blower in here in enough position to blow the straw using this blower. Okay, here we go. Alright, 3,200 liters of straw. Not bad at all. Alright. Now may be a time to consider investing in another straw blower or a smaller unit for just for horses. And that's something I may do off camera as well, just to kind of have that for simplicity's sake, and so we're not making all these extra trips. But for now, we're good. Alright, horses are good to go. Other than the basic needs, and like I say, this is how you deal with the horses. As far as the riding need goes, you just basically have to actually ride them for a little bit. And as you can see, as we kind of go around, the riding percentage is slowly ticking up. It takes a few minutes each day per horse to kind of get this done. And I think it's about 2 minutes per horse, and 19 it took significantly more time, so the horses were a lot more time consuming. And FS22, it's a little better, but it can still end up being a bit tedious and time consuming if you have a large number of horses, but nowhere like how it was in the FS19. And also you could, if you want, you can go in the menu, you could name your horses whatever you want to. If you don't, the game gives the horses names by default, but if you don't like them or you want to enter your custom names, you can do that. You can also do the same thing with your buildings in the game. Alright, this horse is done. Whoa, whoa. So Spirit's ready. Spirit's good to go. What's this horse? Spirit's sturdy, so now we would clean her off. So now, if we go in the dialogue and look at Spirit, see Spirit's cleanliness is 100%, daily riding's 100%. Since we just purchased the horses, it's gonna take some time for the health meter to build up, and same thing for the fitness. Daily riding will contribute to the fitness bar going up. Food contributes to the health, so you just want to make sure the horses don't run out of food. Alright, but now the next thing is just kind of riding these guys, and actually kind of also give you time to kind of relax, take a moment to enjoy the scenery, enjoy the graphics of the game. And again, I know I say this all the time, but I just want to again put some emphasis on how much I appreciate the graphics of this game. I mean, it's by no means perfect, but to me it is an improvement over FS19. Is it monumental? No, but it is significant, and it is an improvement over 19. Each iteration of the game, I think the graphics do get progressively better, but I'd also like to say that I think that in general that's a plateau we reach with a lot of games in this modern era. You're kind of reaching a point where graphics in general are going to plateau in a lot of situations, and I think there's still, I think, places we can go with this series, because we're not quite photorealistic, not quite just yet, but we're getting there. All right. All right, Applejack's good to go. Who are you? Puncho. Let's ride Puncho. Alright, let's go, Puncho. Oh, didn't realize. Okay, we're running out of time. Guess we've come to the end of the stream. I finished this up off camera. I'd like to thank you for tuning in and watching. If you like what you see, enjoy the content, don't forget to like and subscribe. And again, thanks for watching. Appreciate your time, and I'll see you again on the next stream. And like I always say, if you're not having fun doing what you do, then what are you doing? Continue the game on, and I'll catch you on the next stream. I hope everyone has a great night.